Hawk Show. What up, though, Ball? What up, doe? I know we Twitter spaces, but it's still the Ball Hawk Show, man. Welcome to the Ball Hawk Show podcast. I'm your host, Ahmad Hawkins. I'm letting people still load in and load up. Because I said I start at 3:30, but I'm like 2 minutes earlier. But that's because I got to get the pleasantries in here, the sponsors in here. Because I know it's in a lot of my episodes been Twitter spaces, man. So got to make sure the sponsors stay happy. Even though their links are still attached, got to make sure you shout them out, man. Salute to Able Insurance. Go to Able Insurance for all your insurance needs. That's home, business, auto, life insurance. The great people at Able Insurance. Also, go to manscaped.com, man. Holidays is on the horizon. Make sure everything is trimmed and ready to go. So go to manscaped.com. Use the promo code BallHawkShow, the Ball Hawk Show, and get 20% off. That's manscaped.com. So I see people loading up. If you want to be a speaker in the Twitter space, just hit that request. I'll let you discuss what you want to discuss. Today's topic is the coaching staff, the assistants. Who do you feel will be hired? Who from the previous staff should be retained? And we'll discuss rumors like coaches telling guys to go in the portal, if y'all want to go down that lane. Because it's a lot of narratives out there. It's a lot of things that's being said. And it's a safe space, but we want to make sure we're respectful and not just spreading rumors. One thing we don't want to do is spread rumors. We're going to get to the bottom of things, but we're going to keep it respectful, man. We ain't trying to break the internet with a lot of negativity. It's easy to create a lot of traffic when you are definitely super negative. So for all the people that's loading in now, if you want to speak, hit that request. When I come into Twitter space, I'd rather be a moderator than talking the entire time, because if I was going to talk the entire time, I would just record it on my own and put it up as a podcast episode. But folks have been requesting that I come on and do a Twitter space like once a week, and I'll do that. So I think Mondays will be the days when I do my Twitter space, unless something breaking comes up, and I feel like it got to be discussed. So as far as the coaching staff, man, with Coach Tony, I'm about to say Tony Bennett, ain't that something? With Coach Tony Elliott, man, I don't feel like he should be in a rush to coach his assistants. I think he should do his due diligence, make sure he's getting coaches that are familiar with his vision, that are on board with his vision, and can definitely execute what he sees as far as his program and what he wants to run on offense and defense respectively. I think a lot of times today we are very impatient and we want things to happen quick, fast, in a hurry. If Coach Tony Elliott was a former head coach at a different university, I don't think we'd be in this situation, because he would already have his staff. Like, his staff would just follow him. Similar to what Bronco did from BYU. His staff would just follow him, and you may hire one or two new guys. But with Coach Elliott being the first-time head coach, we should not want to rush him and say, oh, you got to keep up because you're going to lose recruits. Easy. I get it. You see other schools, and they had hires before Coach Elliott, and they seem like they're rolling, and they got a couple guys hired here and there, and you feel like this can help with, recruits that may not be on board or flipped, or guys in the transfer portal. So I get that. I get everybody's sense of urgency, and I respect it. But I think we should respect that he's very meticulous. He's going to reach out to the individuals that he sees, can fit where he is visually. And also got to understand that it's bowl season, and a lot of these coaches, it's hard for them to make a decision right now if they still a part of a staff that's gearing up for a bowl game. It just is. And if you want to start giving guys ultimatums, then your staff might not be as good as you want. And if this is your first time as a head man, you may want to make sure that your staff is like that. You know? So, again, man, if you want to request and you want to talk, let me know. If not, I'll just keep rambling. This is not going to be a long podcast. I know I say this every time. I'm not going over 60 minutes this afternoon. I'm not. I promise I'm not. I hope I don't. Sometimes, you get people, they jump in and, hey, you gotta learn how to adjust, but I'm trying to keep this for today 60 minutes or less. Now I got a grace period to go to 90, but I'll keep it 60. But as far as on the current staff, I see that Coach Ottawa possibly be taking a job at Washington State. I don't have an issue with that, man. I love Coach Ottawa, man. Of course, if I could, I'd love to keep the majority of these gentlemen around, but that's not my call. But, yeah, Ron, what's good, man? Whenever you want to talk, you can just unmute yourself. I got you up.
What's up, Ahmad? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm sitting here at work doing nothing.
Oh, hopefully I can help those last hour and a half go by faster, man.
So, in the immortal words of the guy that I really like to hate, but I'm Mr. Aaron Rodgers, we got an RELAX, relax.
Yep.
I got a feeling just from what I've read and what I've heard from other people say, I say once the bowl game is over with, it's going to be in high gear. Not only the coaches, but the transfer portal and the recruits coming up in February. I got a feeling it's going to be in high throttle come December 29th. I really do.
No, I agree with that. Like I said, man, I know it got to be tough for coaches that's on another staff. He's reaching out to them, and they want to, I know they want to visit the campus if they can. They want to look at the facilities. They want to check the roster out, but they got a job at hand to do. The easiest guys to get on board, in my opinion, are the guys that are currently on this staff. And there are a few names that I don't want to see leave, but I know he can't keep everybody. And I'm trying to get a pulse, check the pulse of the fan base of what's the cap? How many guys from this staff do you feel like is not too many? And what's the cutoff number? Is it 3 guys? Is it 4 guys? It don't matter. Just keep all the ones they figure are the good coaches. For what Coach Elliott does, my first instinct would be all right, he was a former receiver. I feel like Coach Hagan's a fit what he want to do. With his offense and what he adds from the offensive line and basically it kind of fits what we was doing here. Coach 2J would be a no-brainer to keep because of the influence that he has too. Now, I'm not saying that you keep Coach 2J on, all those guys in the transfer portal will come back, but I'm pretty sure it'll help unless those guys have something they want to get closer to home or, it's just something they had to take that new opportunity before they can figure out who's on the staff. Now, I don't want folks thinking the longer he take, the more guys are just leaving the transfer portal. At the end of the day, those young men going to do what's best for themselves no matter who's the coach here. So I don't want folks to think that if he's being too meticulous that he's going to miss out on those guys who are just going to bounce because those young men are going to do what's best for them. And we shouldn't hold it against any of them that are in the transfer portal because you got to do your due diligence. My bad, Ron. What would you say?
Oh, I'm sure Coach Elliott had his conversations with the ones that are in the transfer portal. And, like you said, they want to make the best decision for them. But when Bronco resigned, it was a big blow to those guys that been with Bronco since they got here.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that. I do. But again, I really do think after the ball game, I think a lot of the transfer portal stuff's going to favor us not only on what we get, but what we keep. And I think there's going to be some hires and some names put in the position pretty quick. Just the recruiting aspect.
Agreed. Jeremy, whenever you want to speak, you can come off mute, man. Appreciate you for wanting to be a speaker.
Yo, what's good, man? Appreciate you having me
problem.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep it short and sweet. I agree with you about Hagan. I mean, he's a UVA lifer. He's developed many good receiver guys coming in as 1-star, 2-star, 3-stars, and made them all ACC guys. So I think he should stay. I think Beck should stay. I think he did a masterful job with Armstrong, turning him into a All-American level quarterback. I agree with you on the offensive line, coach. I definitely think he should stay around. Defensively, I think they could go, except for my guy Clint. I love Clint. He's hitting the recruiting trail really hard, and he's a cool guy, so I think he should stay around defensively.
Nah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, because, I think a lot of fan base would say anybody on offense is basically a no-brainer, except for like a Nas dip. A Nas not going to be coaching the bowl. A Nas back in Hawaii. And we could get to the Nas discussion a little bit later. But as far as the guys that we know that will be coaching in the bowl, I'm pretty sure everybody in the fan base will want each and every one of those guys to be retained. I just know that. And not saying the guys on defense aren't like, so look, first of all, let me put this disclaimer out there. All these coaches are great dudes. Like if you sat with them, you can build a relationship with them, and you can see why the guys think so highly of each coach on this coaching staff. But when you go into just the analytics and just like when you grading somebody at how they're doing their job, like Coach Atua is a guy that you saw. He got picked up quick, and I'm pretty sure he didn't want to leave, but you gotta strike while the iron is hot. And I said strike while the iron is hot because if it was in 2019. A guy like Nick Howell was a hot commodity defensive coordinator. Now you fast forward to 2021 going to 2022. Nobody, and like a lot of people in the fan base were like, man, I don't want that dude to be retained, but you wouldn't have heard those rumblings in 2019. And you got a guy like Coach Shane that moved from linebackers to safeties. It's like, damn. Because, got to admit, while linebacker crew been good. Somebody been all ACC from that group, but now he's detached. He's detached from that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was him and Papinga years leading up into this past season. Now you got Coach Shane got stuck with the secondary, and everybody can agree that the secondary struggled as a whole. So now you get lumped in with who didn't do well. Well, we can't keep you because that group didn't do well. It's like, well, wait a minute. When I was coaching linebackers now. So that's what's so tough with Coach Shane. And like Coach Brumfield, special teams coach, every year Joe Reed's been killing. We've seen the fake punts and all those gambles and things paying off for our program. And then this year we give up a kickoff return to the crib, and we had some brain farts, and now people don't even mention him anymore. It's just amazing how it's not amazing. That's just sports for you. Like when your name hot in these streets, you gotta be very, very smart and strategic. And that's why I wanted to have this discussion about coaching, because that's how difficult it can be for Tony Elliott to be out here reaching for different coaches and trying to get them to come on board. Because majority of the time, the hot commodity assistants are probably a part of a very good program. So how do you talk them into joining you when they're probably in a very comfortable situation?
The Coach Luther from Missouri, is there any basis to his rumors, or do you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it has legs or not, bro. And that's the thing about today's sports journalism. Like, somebody can have a true inside voice and giving you word of mouth information from sources, and then it just don't work out, and then you don't trust that journalist anymore. And this is not for everybody. Probably be thinking I'm talking about Radcliffe. I'm not talking about Radcliffe. I'm just saying in general. What Radcliffe did was on him. I didn't talk to him, so I don't want nobody saying Ball Hawk was taking shots at Radcliffe. Nah, I'm not taking shots at him. Not trying to protect him. I'm just saying that's why y'all never really see me jump out and say sources say. I don't do that sources stuff. Because if I hear something from somebody, I'm gonna just say, yo, so and so. I'll tell them, like, bro, I got a name drop. Like, I don't believe in sources. To me, sometimes sources could just be something made up in your bedroom to get you some clicks and some traffic.
Right.
And, you know, you might luck up. And I've never been I always really dislike that stance that you're allowed to say, my sources. Who are your sources?
Is the new strength conditioning coach already on campus working?
I don't think so. I haven't been on campus yet. If next time I go up there, I'll check. But I haven't been on campus yet, so I don't know for sure. Because I'm thinking our current staff is going to be working with the team until the bowl. So I would think that strength and conditioning coach probably be finishing out the bowl game at Clemson. He is the get-back coach, so they're going to need him for the game. Let me see. I'm going to give more people a question in my bag for being slow on the mic. You going to mute yourself, Miss Creek?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I just had a quick question. Like, he was OC at Clemson, Coach Elliott was OC at Clemson for 7 years.
Yep.
What's the likelihood of him going without an offensive coordinator and calling plays?
That's a great question, because I've been wondering that too. Like, if budget-wise you feel like you're in the crunch of what you can pay your assistants, if you feel like you could assume those duties and then that helps you better pay your assistants because you feel like I could be the OC this year, I'm thinking his first year he'll probably do it for some reason. I could be wrong.
Yeah, Ahmad, if I did, first off, thanks for having me on this call, man.
No problem, brother.
If I go back to what you said at the beginning of the call, I think that as much as it sort of pains me to say this, I think we all do need to give Coach Elliott the space, no pun intended.
I like that.
To really go out and get the best coaches, the best fit possible, right, at every position. And I think if he does that, I think we're going to be pleased in two ways. One, I do think he's going to be able to assess Biscuit and TJ and decide these guys are top notch and high quality and they deserve to be in those roles. And it might even be some promotions for Marcus right there, right? I just think that, but there's also the possibility that no one could do the same, right? From the staff, the current staff, right? And I think we need to just deal with that because the more I look at it, this is a great hire, man. I just doing a lot of reading on the man and his background, and I agree. I think it was Ron. I agree with Ron. He's gonna hit the ground running on a 29th at midnight. I think we're gonna see some real acceleration with the program. But with that said, personally, I really want to see him retain Marcus and TJ. Definitely.
Agreed. Appreciate that. Yeah, great feedback. And I've been told that, if I'm not mistaken, the Clemson strength and conditioning, the strength and conditioning coach from Clemson is on ground just observing. So maybe he's doing the same thing as Coach Elliott. Because I know Coach Elliott went back and visited Clemson, but when we're practicing and stuff, he's here observing as well. So yeah,
he's making a shopping list for new weights.
Say it again.
He's making a shopping list for new weights.
Yeah, and that's smart too. That's smart too. You know, I don't like that machine.
It's good to call it to start spending that money.
Hey, you know. I mean, I'm excited, man. I'm definitely excited about, I'm excited about this bowl game for sure. To see how my boys close up shop here for the Bronco era. And then, like you said, that next day is officially the Tony Elliott era. Like, that's day one. This is me. All this is me, 4 and 5. So it's exciting to see. And again, I'm gonna go back to the first space I ever did when folks thought I had was having a we don't want Tony Elliott session. Like, no, people were just disappointed that Dex wasn't the hire, in the sense of they were excited. And yeah, so I got a guy that's somebody, I don't know if it's a man or female, but he really be letting me have it on this message board. Like, he really be coming after me. Like, I can't say nothing good about Tony Elliott. He be thinking I'm a fraud. He or she, because I don't know if it's a man or female. It's on the message board. But if they hear this, man, anytime I have a space, he or she feel free to request and speak your piece, man. Get off that keyboard. Use a microphone. You know?
I know, speaking about recruits, Ahmad,
Yes, sir.
there's been several of the 3, 4, and some of even the 5 stars that they've not decommitted as far as their top choices have gone, but they've made some statements that there might be some surprises come February. You know, you never know.
Yeah, you do. You never know. You never know what type of influence Coach Elliott has. You never know what type of influence whoever one of his assistants that comes on board has as well. And I understand fans want the coaches to be named because it's more for the peace of mind for them. So they know who to say, hey, we have this coach at this position. Let me go look him up, get excited, start tweeting, going on message board, and really getting the ball moving on why they're so excited about that individual. But if I'm not mistaken, is it a dead period right now in recruiting?
No, the dead period ended the signing day.
Okay.
It was dead for the 5 days leading up to early signing day. And then now it's wide open until February.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, I'm not a super recruiting expert. So, don't quote me as being somebody who know the ins and outs of recruiting. I leave that to the folks who specialize in that. I know my lane. Steve, what's up, man?
Hey, I just been thinking about this. So, we got this org chart under Coach Elliott. And he's going to have his general, just below him. And I think of the special teams, I think of defense, I think of offense, probably some operational support. You got these key people, key individuals. And then we talk about recruiting. You want those individuals to go out and recruit their assistant coaches underneath them. You don't go and just go pick to everybody, right? Because that doesn't create leadership. You want leadership underneath you to create that profile person that they want to be leading as well. And then that trickles down all the way to those student athletes that are out there being recruited by individuals. So you've been close to it. What are these key positions, other than the ones I just mentioned? Are there more that are key to a head coach's survival? And are there in that close huddle, inside of the head coach's office, and, that he's going to be depending on? That's who he's working on right now. I'm not right.
Yeah. No, you're right. And so I think, in my opinion, because you make great points, in my opinion, when you are a first-time head coach, and I'm using air quotation, like, first-time CEO, I think you want somebody on the staff that was also a head coach, a former head coach on this level, if you can. Like, that's in a perfect world. You want a former head coach that's now a coordinator come on staff with you, or you want somebody in the advisory role that could kind of help you just get acclimated, because it's so much when it comes to just being a manager, like manager of your staff, manager of your players, but it's a lot of moving parts that's outside of the game of football that a lot of times you don't really realize until you thrust into that CEO position, which is the head coaching position, that it's tiresome, and you're managing so much that, like you said, when you hire individuals, you want to make sure that they can operate without you being like micromanagers, like really watching over their shoulder. You want to trust in them that they're not being a detriment to you, that they got a better idea. Like you're teaching a certain philosophy or a certain technique, and then as soon as you turn around, that coach like, man, whatever, look, just do it like this. I'm telling you. You don't know what you don't want that, because we've seen that in the previous staff. Like Mike London had a couple of those, let's do it like this, regardless. You know what I'm saying? So that's important. And that's why I said with the first time head coach, you still got to make sure all those football IQs really mesh well, and the relationships can at least coexist in between the lines. Not saying you got to be the best of friends outside of football, but the professionalism remains, the common goal remains, you're making young men better men on and off the field. Like, all that is the most important. So that's why when I'm looking at people like saying like he just need to go ahead and hurry up and hire. It's like, man, it got to be nerve wracking for him. Yeah, it got to be nerve wracking for him.
So I'll follow up with that. So you've got these two positions, and to bring in someone of that kind of resume, someone that's been a head coach, someone that's proven themselves, then you got to leave certain positions open for negotiation for that. So you can't just go out and hire your favorite person to be your offensive coordinator or your defensive coordinator, because that's going to be a key resume builder to get that head coach back in line with what they want to do with their game. So, I think that's probably what's on the mind right now, and everything will be solved by that. Getting that person in place first, and then maybe we'll start to see the dominoes fall.
Absolutely. Big Ray, what's good, big bro?
What's up, big man?
You, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, so I had the privilege of being on Coach London's staff for a couple years, and I'm not sure what the guy was saying beforehand about you guys saying hiring like a guy who's a head coach that can mentor him or whatever. But really what it comes down to is making sure that you're hiring your guys. That's the most important thing. Because every time where Coach London didn't have a choice, he had to hire the person that they told him to hire, which kind of impacts your staff, and that usually these dudes hire people they have some type of connection to, or they have they either coach with them or they know a coach that highly recommends them, something like that. So you really can start to craft your staff without necessarily having, because the offensive coordinator may have a role in hiring like the running back coach or whatever, but it's going to be someone that Tony has a history with and that has his vision.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to kind of even, there's a lot of posts about bringing back some of the staff that was already there, and that staff, I like some of those guys too, and they maybe fit what that staff is trying to get done, what Bronco is going to try to get done, but it may not fit what Tony's trying to get done. So the fact that if he doesn't bring any of them back, it doesn't necessarily mean they're bad coaches. It just may mean that they don't fit the philosophy that he has for the team. And so I think giving him space to do that and be able to go through that kind of stuff is the patience that us as fans are going to have, and know that he is probably going to pick a staff that reflects a lot of his relationships. And so that's kind of how a lot of that stuff goes down. And so I don't know if you necessarily need to have like the former coach dude in place to do all of that kind of stuff. I think if he knows an offensive coordinator that he likes and this guy kind of fits what he's doing, I think he'll make that hire if he has to make the hire. I don't know that there's a real true pecking order that you have to go through to make the hires.
Appreciate that. Now, that's great feedback, Ray. Yeah, like you said, it is a relationship thing, and just having the power to, like you said, get your guys. Because if your hands are tied with certain positions when it comes to hiring, you're gonna feel some type of way. You're definitely gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah, because it can lead to like if you're not if people are kind of someone other than like somebody you trust is telling you to hire someone, you're showing up at work and all of a sudden you have these two new coaches that you have no connection to, it can just tear a staff up from the inside out. And not saying that that's going to happen with this crew. I'm just saying that the patience to let him work his relationships and things, and this philosophy to put his staff together is I think it's going to be key to give him time and space to do that.
Definitely. Jeremy, you wanted to chime in? I saw you came on mute.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you and Ray a question. What are you guys feeling on having guys with Wahoo ties on the staff? Like, is that overrated, or does that actually mean something?
I'll let Ray go ahead and give his
I
thoughts.
I would say that it means something if it means something. And I know that's a weird way to answer it, but there are some schools that that can kind of recruit themselves, and whether you have former Who's or former are some places where it's kind of unique, and the type of player that you're bringing there is a little unique, and sometimes you may have to have people on your staff that can speak to that. But just having someone on your staff for the sake of having them on your staff, that doesn't resonate either. Like if they have a particular, strength that they're bringing, that they're going to elevate some part of the program because they're there and they have played there before, then sure. But having, someone just to have someone, I'm not sure. Like a guy like Marcus Hagan,
Mm-hmm.
like that's the guy that gets it, and that's the guy that unless he has some other, interest from somewhere else, like that's a dude that should be at UVA because he gets it through and through. He knows how to develop the players, recruit the players, coach the players, know the experience, the whole nine. So he brings a lot of value to the table. But just bringing a guy on just to bring him on isn't the right way either.
Yeah, definitely. I echo what Ray is saying. Like, of course, on the surface, it looks great to have an alum on your staff, but first and foremost, you got to be able to coach and develop.
Yeah.
You got to be able to coach, develop, and then recruiting is always a big must, and the way you can communicate. So it just depends on. Like I give you a prime example. If you bring a guy like a Wally Rayner resonates with alum, but he also resonates with the area in which his sons are at as far as the type of recruits and coaches and the relationship he has. So even if you don't bring him on the coaching staff, if you just bring him on board for feedback and ability to open pipelines, like a lot of times it's not about really bringing an alum on staff. It's just bringing them back on board with the program and having that line of communication open to where it's a mutual respect, and you start utilizing alum to talk to various players and coaches because they have those relationships. And that, to me, is it's word of mouth. You got to start using that again. And but you don't want to just get caught up in bringing somebody back because they come from here. Because, again, on the surface, it looks well, but if they can't do their job at a high level, then you're wasting a spot for somebody who probably could have excelled at it. OG who?
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Goody. Popped up in here late. On the way home now.
Oh, yeah?
All over this coaching search. These coaches, I feel what Big Ray was saying though too. You know what I mean? Like, I want, your Becks and your TJs, you catch me out here saying you want Slade to come, I want Wally Bundy, I want Rainer to come, but that's the whole body of me. But exactly what he said is very true, you know what I'm saying? He has something that Mike didn't have. When Mike London couldn't choose none of his coaches, I felt like he would have succeeded a lot more if he would have got to choose his coaches, you know what I mean? But having those, just because, you know what I'm saying, they do have that tie to UVA, just like you said, it might not be the vision that Tony got. So at this stage, that's just like I be trying to tell myself, y'all see me out here pushing all the alum I can trying to get out here. For real, that's just me just fanning out. But at the end of the day, I want that man to have himself set up in the best position to win. Like I wake up every day in the best position to win. You know what I mean? And what I do, I go to work every day the same way. So I feel like that just puts myself in the best position to win. So maybe he might rock with that. He might rock with TJ. He might want to keep it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, maybe he might not.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as the motive and the script don't change, I feel like I'm behind it 100%. Yeah, I'd still be behind if it was a lump, but even if it ain't, I'm behind it 100%. I want this man, I want us to have the most qualified coaches that's about to put us in the position for this next couple years to do what it takes to get it done. To continue the trajectory. Now, whether that means we're going to retain some of the same coaches, and then at the same time, it can mean we may not retain some of the same coaches. That may mean we may have to work on new coaches coming in, building relationships on the 7-5 that ties into what you were saying. So, with the alum having to go back to using the word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? You can
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no tax going on. So I feel like regardless of whatever it is to me, as long as the motive don't change, I don't give a damn who it is. Let's just go win. That's it. That's it.
I love it. I love it. Let me see.
Yeah, I got to dip out, but the one thing I will say too, though, we're talking about recruiting and relationships and all that. Filling the stadium helps.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard when you have like your top recruits coming in for the weekend, and the stadium is like 65% full. Like we start talking about facilities,
Mm-hmm.
speaking to the athletes and stuff, and that has become a major player. But the other major player to the football players, to the recruits, that the football program matters is to fill the Ticket Stadium, and not wait until your 8 or 9 wins, but from the very beginning. Like you just need all of that support that you can get, and you look up at the stands, you want to see people cheering, you want to see all the empty seats and all that kind of stuff. Feel like you're playing like JV football back in the day, but like fans getting in the seats and not waiting for something to happen before you get in the seat. You're gonna have to just jump in. You got to jump in with all of it, like cannonball into the pool. Like you can't be like toe tapping the kiddie pool. Like, oh, they win 2 or 3 games, or they win this game, then I'll go to the game. You got to get to the game. Period. Like if people don't want their tickets, buy them up and get in there, and just that's the other way to show support of the team, and also to kind of show recruits the love that you have with the football program.
Agree. Well said by Big Ray. Yes, sir. Got my man Tyree. Tyree, what's good with you, brother?
Hey, what's up, Ball Hawk, man? It's all good with me. How you doing?
I'm well, man. Thanks for joining up today.
No, absolutely. I appreciate you always giving us a platform to speak for some of us who may not feel we have a voice. But, one of my big things is with recruiting is what's the standard and what's the expectation that the new staff is going to set? That's what my question is.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but why you say that E word, man, with OG on here? Why you say expectation?
I mean, that expectation comes with the job. It comes with the responsibility. You got to meet it. So my big thing is, how are we going to get the pipeline to win these demographics where we normally don't win? The DMV area, the 757 area. How are we going to get our guys to stay home like much of us did when we came out?
That's a great point. That's a very great point, and that's something that I feel like I'm intrigued about. I'm really intrigued about how he's going to go about attacking these pipelines, because, the one difference between when Bronco got hired and when Tony got hired, of course, the state of the program is totally different. Bronco had to really go from the mud, but Bronco wasn't familiar with the East Coast. He wasn't familiar with some of the households that was open to him, because BYU, they have, it's basically, these are the type of guys you could go get. I mean, we're going to be honest. But once he stepped outside of BYU and came to UVA, the world was open to him now, because you try to tap into everybody. So with Tony coming here, the program's in a whole lot better state, and he's been in the ACC. So he's been recruiting all these households. So it would be amazing if he goes back to what he's been used to when he was an assistant at Clemson, and we know the door for a Clemson recruiter is different for the door from a UVA recruiter in years past. But he can get in those same doors because he got that jewelry. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, a recruit, he's the UVA coach, but that same recruit probably wouldn't listen to Bronco. It's not a knock on Bronco, it's just showing the, I don't want to say expectation because that's different. The exposure. You know what I'm saying? The exposure of Elliott is higher than Bronco. It's in a sense of what he's tied to. Like, you say Tony Elliott and you say his resume, you can say national champion. That right there, recruit gonna look like, Trevor Lawrence, number 1 pick. Deshaun Watson should have been picked before Mr. Trubisky, but that's here nor there. But, what your offense do against Alabama back-to-back years? Oh. So that's that intrigue. So that's where it comes to recruiting. what type of intrigue do you have for a younger person? Because we know their brains aren't developed like an adult, so they see things differently. That's why TikTok is important now. That's why social media is so important. That's why when a recruit is coming to this stadium next year, our social media department has to do a better job promoting who's coming and why you need to come to the game. He's coming. Him. Both of them. You know what I'm saying? This is what they are. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, one thing I definitely, before I will jump off and let somebody else talk, is if there's anyone out here who has a close touch to the staff, tell them to reach out to these local high school coaches like myself. High school coaches who are tapped into the program, who know the area, who know the players, who know the marquee guys in the demographic. Because I haven't heard from anybody yet, and I know the transition is still happening. But there's dudes out here who are sitting looking for homes, and that February signing date is coming fast.
So, Tyree, let them know what high school you at. Tyree?
John?
Let them know what high school you at.
I'm at the Avalon School in Silver Spring, Maryland.
There we go. And that's the beautiful thing about these spaces, man. Like, the beautiful thing about these spaces is an individual like yourself, you put your name and your school right here on audio file, and because they listen and they hear this.
Yeah, cool. Come on. We got Noah Taylor. Noah Taylor came from Avalon.
Okay.
I know what you did out there at Avalon. I know. Don't worry about it. I will be your vessel. I will be in contact with whoever. Yeah.
Pull up. We got guys waiting, and I'm ready to pump them right down there to Charlottesville.
There we go. See?
Yes, sir.
Avalon on board.
To piggyback off of what he said, in terms of how do I think Tony will attack the demographic in recruiting, and my perspective, you know what I'm saying? When I look at it, it started 6 years ago. Just like you said, Bronco came in, everything he got, it was out the mall. But those 6 years, wasted 6 years. By the time this final class that he had to put together, he went in a lot more high schools, and I heard from a lot more coaches in our area that knew him, and that even those relationships were repaired. So in my opinion, if Tony can come in here with his swag, his bravado, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, he got them chips with dip. If he can come in here and you know yourself, you in a premier state with premier recruits, all you got to do is direct your energy to right where you are. Like you're used to walking in those 4 and 5 star recruit houses.
Yep.
Nothing changes. Just like we've all agreed, facilities and all of that shit, that's not what's winning every single recruit.
Agreed.
That's not what's winning every single recruit. So we cannot use that as an excuse. With this man, his resume, his caliber recruiting, and this state and the states around us and the talent that's being pushed out, it ain't no reason why he can't go and abuse that and then use what you done use that Clemson, your Georgias and your Floridas, that you done acquired over the last 11 years. So for your first 2 years, I feel like now you need to be establishing your rapport in the state. And we know you got an established one already, because like he done told you live himself and he won't joke. He done had several Virginia recruits, and he done picked up out of Virginia himself. And so now he is it's his season. It's picking season. You going out there to the Carter Mountain. You gonna pick the GPs up. That's just how it is, And that's just my opinion of things that I expect him to do, because I just like I expected Bronco to change. I got a lot of respect for Bronco, because all the way back to BYU when he had the recruit, my man was practically converting religions over there. You got Fred Water and Ziggy all them cats, you know what I mean? No, my man was practically converting religions over there, turning wild boys into children. And then he came over here and he had to completely adapt to a whole new atmosphere, a whole different, part of the globe. And what he did, and he repaired those relationships. So if Tony can capitalize off of the ways that he done paved already, along with all the alumni jumping in, you know what I'm saying, all this energy that done popped back into the program, I feel like it's just a great setup for the man with the resume to come through. Show them the ring.
Okay.
I agree with you, and my last thing is, man, Paping and Coach Howell, a lot of them guys recruited our area, and they did a fabulous job, so I don't want to sound like I left that staff out to dry. Now they did an incredible job of staying in touch, being accessible, and just listening, to our evaluation as high school coaches. So, like I said, I hope Tony comes in and fulfills those same shoes that just left. And again, Ball Hawk, I appreciate you, man. God bless you guys. Have happy holidays.
Appreciate you, Lo. Shout out to Pinga and Howell for recruiting up there in Maryland, man. My man Tyree Spinner. Appreciate you, boss. Yes, sir. I guess the dude Daddy Destiny dropped out. I see we got Jeremy back in the building.
Yeah, man. Thought off for a second. Had to jump back in.
Okay. Let's see. We got plenty of people in here.
We got a little Billy out here one day. Billy Mack out here.
Billy McMullen. Shout out to my man Billy Mack. Let me get Love the Who's in here as a speaker. He requested. See what their thoughts are. What's up, Love the Who's?
What's up, Ahmad?
How you doing?
I'm all right, bro. How you doing?
I'm great, man. Appreciate you joining the space, man. What's your thoughts on coaches?
Couple thoughts, and I'll jump off.
Okay.
First of all, we're living in a world of instant gratification, and everybody on here, including me at times, wants the coach's name, announcements, official announcements. But we're kidding ourselves if we don't think he's having these conversations already behind the scenes, and there may be deals already done.
Yep.
We don't know about.
Agreed.
And Tony knows all this. Tony knows everything we're worried about. We just gotta let the man do his job. Second of all, I'm also in the boat of I would love to see Beck, Tuesday, and Hagan stay on board. And Coach E could sit there and have an interview, and especially Beck and Tuesday can check all the boxes and say, okay, these are my guys. However, in the back of his mind, he might be saying, you know what if in a year from now or 2 years from now, ESPN comes out with some breaking news that Coach Bronco Mendenhall is now the coach of such and such university. In his mind, he might be thinking, with the loyalty to these guys, I might be losing them soon. So that's something he's got to think about, too. He's got to think about long term. So as much as I want them here, he's got a lot of stuff he's got to think about.
I didn't think of that scenario. Scenario. Yeah, that is.
You never know.
That's why I like having these spaces.
I mean, we can, if we were making the hires right now, they'd already been announcements. But he's got a lot of things he's got to think about. And one of them is that. They might be, they might up and say, hey, my former boss is back at it. Let me go where he's at. And then he's sitting there having to do the process all over again.
Yeah, I mean, he's been through it before. He done fired a couple of them before.
And
rehired him to come back here. Oh yeah.
And that's my thing too. So when you look at Tony Elliott's position of being a first-time head coach, if he's reaching out to individuals he's built relationships with, but they've been with that head coach for 5 to 10 years, similar to what he was with Dabo. Like, say he's been with Dabo all these years, and one of his homeboys became a head coach. Does he leave and go with his homeboy that he's built a relationship with? Because now he's in that position of where he may be pulling from somebody that he knows is a very good coach. But unless it's something of a promotion, like if the guy was a quarterback's coach and you say, all right, I'm going to make you the OC, or you was a linebackers coach and I'm going to make you my DC, do they leave a situation to where that program is established, they're winning, they're ascending, they're always fighting for the title wherever they're at, and you know they are a hell of a coach. And it speaks to what you said. It's like, well, I know this head dude always going to look for me if I need a job, but what happens if I leave him? Will he ever hire me again if this don't work out? Because that's going to be scenarios that's played in the head of each individual that he reaches out to outside of this staff. But like you just said, but when you're going out the real BYU staff guys, not Coach Hagens, but real, or Coach Clint. But if you go by all the other guys, or Broomfield, all right, that's it. That's my last but. It's like you said, you hired them. What if Bronco resurfaces 2 years from now? You know he's going to reach out to his old reliables. I mean, that's just out of respect. That's his mantra, family over everything. He's going to reach for his family. I mean, we will all do that, though. Truthfully.
These guys up and moved across the country for that man.
Yes. Facts.
You want to talk about loyalty? That's one of the most loyal coaching regimes I've ever seen.
Yes, sir.
And I
Yes,
think
sir.
it played, and we talked about this before, but I think it played a part in him stepping down. I don't know the details, but main thing is we got to relax and we got to understand that the questions that we have, these are the same questions that Coach he has, and we got to just trust that he's got this.
Yep. He's hearing it. He's hearing it behind closed doors. Trust me.
Yep.
You know, they got eyes and ears. They got family members that be on message boards or on Twitter Spaces. Like, their ears to the streets. I always tell folks, those coaches here, or they can see tweets that's made about them. They not robots. As much as they say, oh, don't pay attention, yes, they do. They got somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody that's ready to say, hey, coach, you know, hey, man, you know, look at the screen. Come on, man. So they get it. So if y'all don't think that they don't understand that folks are antsy about the hiring of his staff, he's probably sitting at home like, man, as much as I would want to appease and name a staff for this coaching, for this fan base, I got to do it right, though. So that's where we at. But
He probably got brothers called him the minute it was announced, like you all available.
cousins, he got dudes that just started coaching high school that knew him. Like, hey, yo, I'm saying.
Hey, man, shout out Syracuse too, man.
Shout out Syracuse. They gonna get a 9? They taking a 9 her, man.
Hey, prayers up for Sean Tucker, baby.
Hey,
Man, about to go to summer practice, little spring workout.
he gone already though, right?
I hope so.
Maybe that is the universe telling him. Let me stop, man, because somebody gonna take that the wrong way. Let me stop. Hey, Warren, what's good with you, my guy?
Hey, just wanted to say, I think the key word what you guys been talking about is relationships. And if you look at any business, any team, NFL, all the way down, it all has to do with relationships and how people depend on those people that they know, and that's who they want around them. I did want to bring up a point in reference to recruiting and some little ins and outs from experience. One of the items that kind of was shutting the door, even when they recruited my son, UVA was recruiting my son, the door was actually shut from the school that my son was going to. And the reason it became shut is one of the linemen at our school was given an offer, and UVA pulled it back, but he didn't know, and he was coming to get offered. So that door was being shut, but we didn't depend on what was being done. We looked at the coaches. And another thing is, you got parents that are finicky out there. I had a parent in the discussion with me that had an offer from UVA that's up in the DMV, and said, well, those are Mormons. I ain't sending my kids to a Mormon. I said, dude, you go to a Catholic school now. Are you Catholic? So, you got people that are like that are real finicky with parents. So, there's a lot that plays into the recruiting and how people build relationships with these schools and up in the WAC area with the DMV and there. But that's open season, man. They got DBs up there. They got wide receivers. Guys can ball, and they're not getting D1 offers, or they're getting D1 offers, but not from Power 5 schools.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's wide open, and you got to build relationships up there. That's all I have.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that.
Know
Yeah.
he know.
Yep. You know he know. And I like how he shared the story. Yeah, I like how he shared the story, like how a door can close, like inadvertently close, and you don't even realize it. You rescind a scholarship, and that door is shut now. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I gotta go back. You know what I'm saying?
That man got to watch a show up there. That man had Stewart, you had Jeter, Caleb Williams. You had a show going on up there with them two, so he know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And they play like St. John's, you know what I'm saying? They got some ballers up there.
So
St. Francis Academy. So I know exactly what he's talking about. It's some real town up there too.
So for any of the folks who are fans of the Lockdown podcast, you know me, man. I don't beat around the bush.
That's a GOAT podcast right there. Man, push that.
So
That's a GOAT podcast.
So Tony Covington and myself host. Cove drives the vehicles. I ad-lib and add in my two-piece. But with our most recent episode with Zane Zandir, it was a part of the podcast that had everybody like, yo, what? Wait a minute. What did he just say? Cove said something. to have folks' antennas going up. You know what I'm saying? Cub said, word is, yo, y'all so damn petty. I'm not trying to make this the damn Mike Novell space. I'm not trying to get the 6,000 folks. I'm just breaking down because people is growing legs. But he said something on the podcast that had folks like, what he say, antennas went up, and now everybody was Inspector Gadget trying to figure out which assistant was this, which assistant said that. I'm going to put this out there because I know this for sure. It won't the dude coaching the lineman, because his name got brought up to me by people or like speculation. I know it won't him, so let's not put that on him.
Who was it?
Hey, yo, man, why you ask that question? Yo, man, I really...
You gotta name your source, brother.
I know, man, it's allegedly.
Don't tell what I got to say.
Put it like this, it's allegedly. So anyway, damn it, why y'all put me in this bind? How can I address this up? Yeah, I'm talking out loud. No, because I'm not trying to like incriminate anybody or throw dirt on anybody's name. I want to say when it all started, it was questions about should I enter the portal, and the coaches didn't want to just say no, you can't. They were just like, if you really feel like you want to protect yourself, it's fine, but let me just let you know, no matter who here, they still like. They already had rumors who was coming down the pipeline, like some of the candidates. So they was like, all these guys are great guys. They still take care of you. You got a great nucleus of players here. Stay here. But I'm not just going to say you can't. Like, nobody should just tell somebody, no, you can't do something. If I say, yo, I may need to go check out this transfer portal, coach. As a coach, I'm going to tell myself, like, yeah, but just realize the grass not green on the other side. But look what you got here. Do you really want to read this? Because you don't know what's going to happen if you go to the other side. But I know it goes back to what the OG just said with relationships. If you're a relationship person and you feel like that individual's not going to be here anymore, is that now you're out to leave? Some guys in the portal because they just want a fresh start. I'm not saying every guy in there is there because this coaching staff is gone. Some of these guys, even this staff would have stayed, were still going in there. But I want to say that the dude that coached the line wasn't one of them dudes telling them to go. I'm just putting that out there. I ain't saying no names. I ain't saying no names.
And I'm a fan. Let me say this because this is recorded. I ain't a fan. But just know I was born on a night, but not last night. You understand me?
Can we read between the lines?
Yep. If you listen to me, and I want you to hear me, sir, this is me pointing up to forehead hitting the windshield.
Damn, that's aggressive too.
You thought we weren't going to see that, but we saw that. See, there's a difference in between. I feel like, yeah, you're 100% right. Some of them people was going, you know what I'm saying, hit the portal one way or another. And even still, I don't think a lot of the decisions to hit the portal was based off of how Buddy was talking. It's just your tone and the merit of your basis, what you had with that. It won't all know you go better yourself. You was like a girlfriend that was hurt. You caught me with the side job, and you wanted to text me 900 times, and I left you on red. So you were mad. You were mad is what you were. You were big mad. But that's all right, though. All I can say is I hope for somewhere along the future you are calling the plays, but you're going to bust your ass. It's just as simple as that.
So
we know the score. We know the score out here, and we know what it was, my guy.
So
you tried that for 2 days, and that Benedict Arnold shit. That shit won't work in here.
So to put it in a layman's terms, we not okay. Fan base is very intelligent people. So I'm gonna just put you like this: the coach he's talking about is going to assume the most heat because of what just went down. Everybody saw the announcement that the offensive coordinator won't be here. Everybody saw the Twitter was new, Scrub new. So like you make yourself a target. You make yourself the scapegoat. You create that. Cause everybody been asking me like, yo, is it him? Is it him? I'm just like, I don't know, but I can understand why you think it is him. That's why I tell folks. I don't tell folks what they can and can't believe, but I just tell you, I know for one, it ain't the dude that coached the line. I do know that. Facts.
Yeah. We're not stupid. We are not stupid.
But my man just ain't help himself. Like, you know, y'all know, I'm put it like this. Y'all know I love Dr. Bob, man. Like, Dr. Bob cool, but he ain't help himself by scrubbing his whole Twitter and then not even coming to the bowl game, bro.
Soon as he did the Twitter game and tweeted from it, and liked the post from the whole set, you told on yourself. You told on yourself like my son when you get caught doing shit you're not supposed to do, so you had that look in your eyes like a dead headlight.
And my man, and he built up a lot of good real estate with the fan base the past couple of years. His offense has been playing well, and we know the last play. Damn, the last play he ever called here was that play now.
And then you want to scrub me. Are you serious? We still have fourth down.
I wish we was on StreamYard. I would have gave you a solo when you got into that diatribe. So he ain't your friend no more?
No, that ain't the one who blocked.
Oh, no. We ain't gonna mess it. No, we're not messing with that one though. Come on, we stay on the person who's not affiliated, who made himself not affiliated anymore. It's okay to talk about somebody that's not affiliated, and we still did it respectfully. We still did it respectfully, because I know people come in and listen to about 10 seconds, listen like, oh, there go Hawk again. No, trust me.
I can't even speak on that man. That man's just crazy.
I appreciate everything he did here, though. Salute to him for that. And
I remember him back then.
And if he is hired at Syracuse, man, all jokes aside, like, salute to you, bro. Like, if you could do all that and still get it, that's what's up. I feel
right. That man, oh my goodness.
I feel you. That let you know he do his job well.
Unbelievable.
You do your job well.
I do wonder.
Go ahead, NorCal.
I wonder.
Hold on, no, OG, let NorCal talk.
Talking about Dr. Bob, man. I do wonder if Carla, maybe in an informal conversation, ask Coach Elliott, did you see that play? Did you watch that last play? Just curious, man.
Hey, man, I'm pretty sure that count. I mean, we could talk about things without being like supposed to being petty, disrespectful. We having a true conversation. I know that is a topic. I know he's an offensive guy, offensive minded guy, and she'll probably be like, "Hey, is there any reason why like you can think of doing something like that in that situation?" Like that's going to be a question. It is.
Yeah, man, probably like, hell no. He probably was like, hell no. He spit his drink out like, you kidding me? Put the sauce on the line.
Yo, you having a little bit of South Song on it right now. Well, hold on, man. Hold on. Matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do, man, because you know, man, I'm all about releasing your rage. What else you got to say about him? Because he ain't attached to the university no more, so you can go on him.
So let's talk about Bobby. Hey, Bobby can never come back. Bobby can never come back, man. Bobby the G. Man, Bobby is G. He lost me at Tech 3 years ago, though. He went way too conservative. No, I mean Haskins. Haskins can never come back. I thought you meant mine.
Oh, he made on Bobby. Yeah, he made it hard on Bobby. That is some jacked up, man.
Yeah. Bobby was in the huddle. Can y'all imagine my guy's face? Right. Man, it's like under a minute and some change left. It's fourth down. So the state champion.
No, it's third. Don't say fourth, it's third.
That's the third. That man Bobby looked up like, it's one of the boots. He was like, what? Hey, man, it wasn't from the it wasn't from the 1 or 2 yard line either. This was from the 9. Right. If y'all watch the Florida, y'all watch first play, the same play, right? You watch it over and over again, you'll see everyone swung the first side, right? And I'm pretty sure, I think it was Octavius was swinging to Haskins' side, and that's what Tech saw. Like, that Florida game, everyone was going towards first side, and he was wide open.
a corner there because they're playing.
18 yards.
Yeah, they're
He caught it
playing
at
zone.
the 18.
The D tackle, the D end was going to 11 was going to get him. Like, it didn't matter if a corner was out there. The 11 when he got him, like, come here. Let me get that.
Yeah.
But, Ron, what's good, man? I'm going to unmute you. I see you back at the speaker.
Eddie, I ain't got no anger towards that man.
Nah, I know,
Never
man.
could. And his days are back.
Salute to him, though, man. I appreciate Dr. Bob, though. I appreciate Dr. Bob. I don't appreciate how I got scrubbed, though. Like you said, I don't appreciate, like, goddamn, man, holler at me, though, before you scrub everybody.
Yeah, you treated us like, you know what I'm saying, like you really didn't want to be here the whole time.
I think he just had a temper tantrum, man. That's
You
it.
deal with your eyes and your lows, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, temper tantrum don't have a age
And
requirement. He had one. I mean, say I know he probably was in there like Cuba Gooding Jr. and boys in the God. He probably was swinging. You know what? I got something for everybody. I'm done.
You're exactly right. Temper tantrums don't have no age. I just got on the young boy and my job, one of my little help. He's gonna get mad at me and start throwing shit on the job.
Literally, no, y'all, because y'all literally deal with poop. So he literally threw some poop.
Yeah. He measured it with the tape measure with a marker and then measured it around and then want to throw stuff all around the hole. That's just like, bro, you going to scrub me clean because you in the wrong. What?
Yo, hey man, hey, it goes back to what they said. He moved with Bronco from the other side of the country.
Yeah.
Just the thanks. He hit it with this the thanks I get. I get it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's the thanks I get, I got you. I make a whole new trip, I delete all you motherfuckers. Yeah, just like that.
Hey, but I'm excited about Coach Beck though. I'm gonna talk about more in depth about that when I get into the bowl game preview. That's gonna be dope, man. Yeah, and this comes at a perfect time because with him being a quarterback's coach and possibly a free agent, unless he's retained here, you can use that. Hey, bowl game, you saw me. I'm ready. I'm ready, coach. I'm ready.
I think it's more of an underlying thing with Jason too.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to stay here. The underlying thing to me is, you know, I feel like there was a strict type of quarterback that they were looking for, and the people above that.
Mm-hmm.
And now, with them reins off, you see the guys that he done recruited and got committed, right? And maybe it didn't fit their mold, maybe it did. Maybe it's why they treated like they do, but he is definitely one of them. And I think this is a great audition for him. This is a big opportunity for him these next coming weeks at practice, how you handle yourself, how everything goes from how all you know what I'm saying, everybody getting ordered to how you communicating with the guys.
Hey, yo, Cub in the building.
Spotlight.
My man, my big dog, big bro in the. He said immediately. He may be busy, man. I appreciate him tapping in. He might be busy, man. I'll send the invite, but he might just be driving and listening. Appreciate the big bro Cub in the building. My man Dwight Vick in the building. Big bro.
Big dog.
Yeah. A lot more people that's in the building, man, that I wish sometimes y'all come up and just speak and say what's up. Just because you're speaking on me, you have to say something that's super thoughtful. You can just say, hey, what's up, ball hog? Just want to say what's up. See, that way your voice attached to the podcast episode and it's documented. You feel me? But we got a couple more minutes. I said I wasn't going to go longer than, well, I did say an hour, but I'm over an hour because this got good because OG here. You know how he get. So we're going to go a couple more minutes. Mondays is my days. I'm going to start to do like Mondays, 3:30 or 4 o'clock. OG, he hosts his Twitter space, 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. Make sure y'all come in with the expectations for him because they get it in, man. And for all the folks who thought that we got left out of that article that was on ESPN, I'm not worried about that because I feel like all those folks who got recognized were part of like the new negative wave, and I didn't want to be a part of that. So I'm glad my name wasn't a part of that.
My man, they be trying to tie me to all that.
Yeah. Cub, what's good?
What's good, fam?
go, my guy, T. Duff, Petty Tony in the building.
I just wanted to pop in real quick, fellas. I didn't realize you was on off, so I'm actually on a call, but I would at least wanted to chime in and say what's good to the fellas real quick. Yes, sir.
Hey, man.
You good, man.
Yeah, they just want to say what's up to you, bro. They said they love the podcast.
I'm gonna plug me on stuff. I'm gonna plug the phone. Them two is funny, man. You need to listen to them too. What's up, ball? What's good, buddy?
Classic, what's good with you, brother?
Man, you know what it is, man. Always talking about
Nah, I got you, my guy. I got you. And I got your young lady plugged in up here in UVA basketball. I've been checking her out too. You feel me?
Yeah. I got lady family down there, man. But I just wanted to things I've been listening to you guys. Keep doing the good work, man. You know I'm proud of you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Take it to the next level, man.
All right, bro. Peace to you, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, got a couple more minutes. If you want to come up here and be a speaker, share your thoughts on the coaching staff. Share your thoughts on the rumors, you know, as far as, like, coaches who aren't here, players in the portal, rumors. Hold on, OG, because you're getting petty. I can feel it. Or rumors about who you guys feel like you would like to see that's not here currently on the staff and what position you would like to see them coaching. Also, we can open that up. Got a couple minutes, man. Like I said, I'd rather just be a moderator now. That's why I utilize the Twitter space. And definitely would love to have your voice documented on the episode so you can share with your people. Like I told y'all, son, I be out here talking sports. You know.
Somebody said, I want to hear what OG got to say. Somebody said that we should hire Taj Boyd.
Taj Boyd. Now, his name has been going around. You guys know I'm 757 biased. That's never been under or overstatement. Is this the truth?
I wouldn't mind that. But at the same time, like I said, I want that's depending on, you know, the assessment of Jason. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need another quarterback coach. The quarterback room has improved every single year back down. So if he is the offensive coordinator, in my opinion, just a fan, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if Jason that offensive coordinator, you get somebody like Todd because they both thinking the same thing. Dual threat quarterback, and then you send Todd out there on the road. That's a beautiful thing right there. That's a marriage.
Yeah.
I mean, that man, Jason resume speaks volumes back to BYU to Jason Hill that just got paid, so we all still trying to figure out why. But goddamn it, he got that bag.
Hey, he beat Brady last night. Uh-oh.
With no touchdown. He secured the bag.
Hey.
He's doing something right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me get Dylan in here, bro. I ain't trying to cut you off. Let me get Dylan. He got his hand up.
What's going on, Mohawk? How you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. We blessed, man. It's Christmas week. No complaints here.
Yeah, I'm sure I just got home from school, just hopped in, doing some door dashing, and I just hopped in the podcast. I just wanted to know, and I joined in late, so this was probably already answered, but where are these rumors coming from that our offensive coordinator who just left, that he's apparently telling people that players that they should hop in the portal? I heard this, but I'm trying to figure out where this news came from. Like, where are these rumors coming from?
It looks like the rumors maybe be coming from around the program, but hasn't been confirmed. It has been confirmed that go ahead, OG. What'd you say? OG.
Rumor. It ain't a rumor.
There we go.
Fact.
All right.
It's fact. Let's dispense with all that. It's not a rumor. It's fact.
That's unfortunate, man. That's such a I ain't fucking doing it. That's so disappointing that someone would do that, man. That he's really trying. I heard Ben Bartle, like, he's really trying to screw us over, though. Like for no reason. That's such bullshit.
I was got a reason. Her girlfriend. Understand? You done been in a relationship in your life, or you done had to cut a girl off, or that girl could have had to cut you off. You were pretty salty about it. I'm gonna text you talking to. Don't even worry about it. You gonna lose her. He doesn't really watch you close 3 times a week.
Yo, OG, you stupid, dog. Hey, Big G, you now a speaker, man. You can say yours because OG gonna keep roasting, so we gonna cut him off.
But it's not even like we didn't ask anything to leave. Like we didn't want. I'm pretty sure no one would expect it for us to leave. And that kind of doubled down to everyone else. A lot of people wanting to leave. Start over at this point. Like it's not like we asked them to leave. Like that's such a dick thing to do. It's not like we broke up with them. They fucking left us. Like we didn't ask them to leave.
I don't know how much it had to do with Honcho itself, with Bonko, But, I mean, I don't know. Somebody said it to me like this. There ain't no way you don't know when shit going on like that. You call a meeting. You the head coach, you know every meeting that goes on. You understand me?
I did.
You're the top dog. You know everything that goes on inside those locked doors.
No locked doors. No locked doors. Gracias.
All them C5s that swap, you know.
That's Friday.
Somebody came to you about it, probably.
That was next Friday right there. Next Friday. No locked doors. No locked doors. Ethan, what's good with you, man?
So, I want to say, I think that Brett's going to stay. But, in the chance that he declares for the draft, do you think that you'd be able to go after a quarterback in the transfer portal? Or do you guys think that what they have right now at QB is good enough for the future of the program?
That's a great question, Ethan. I think if Brendan stays in the draft, I think that they can be confident in Woolfolk all they want, but I think they will attack the portal, see if they could get a guy who has some starts under his belt, like multiple starts, because I know Woolfolk do have a start under his belt. But, yeah, that's a great question. I feel like they probably would. What you think, OG?
I think they would just to have security and depth at the position. You lost Jay and you lost Vera. Not Jay, you lost Jacob and you lost Ira Armstead.
Yep.
So, yeah, one way or another, you're going to look for depth in the room. But as far as the stability of the program in that room, I have the utmost confidence in what Jason has installed and what I have seen from Jay Wolfer. I've known Jay, now I don't know him, but I've known from watching from afar since he's been at Benedictine High School, and he is very, very special. We saw a lot of traits of that in the game, a lot of the play calling, they argued the man. They ain't let him rip to the second half of the Notre Dame game. They ain't want to let him stand to the second half, so they let him just go ahead, make his read, and just release the ball. Jay is a 100% passer. He's a dual threat quarterback second. He is an MLB product, so a high ranking product that could go to the league at any time playing MLB. So
Damn.
That's a very secure thing. A lot of people in my area would like to compare him to Russell Wilson.
I do that.
I think he has more awareness than Russell at that stage. When Russell was at collegiate, coming out and going into state, I think Jay is farther along and then get more playing time than he did at this stage in both of their careers. So you can take that for what it's worth, but I damn sure do think Jay is 100% the future.
Okay.
That is a bad man, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
It's YouTube. We got smartphones. You can Google it. You can see it.
All right. Go ahead.
I got one more thing, because I've been like a UVA fan for super long. I haven't been following like football or basketball like that for forever, but it felt like, how are we gonna improve as like a school athletic program if the expectation isn't when the
That's a key word. Yeah.
at least the coach every year in football, because your basketball and baseball programs are always up there. And football, like, making bowl games is great and all, but why are we trying to go to the Wasabi Fenway Bowl when there's a chance to go play in the Orange Bowl every year? Are we going to win the ACC every year? Probably not, but at least have the expectation to make it there every year.
It's an expectation. It's just we didn't follow through. It's an expectation. Like, nobody want to be at the Fenway Bowl. They want to be in the Orange Bowl. They want to be with them fruit bowls because it's warm. But we just peed down our leg the last 4 games. That's what happened, man.
Yeah, the opportunity.
Right. Davis out there, peeing down his leg. So.
But before Bronco got here, I mean, just being bowl eligible was like winning the ACC championship. Yeah. So now that the expectations have changed, it's been bowl eligible the last 5 or 6 years. Now it should be the goal should be from the fans, the administration, players, coaches. It's to win the coastal, try to win the ACC championship, and get to those big time bowl games.
Absolutely. We with you, Ethan. The expectations.
That's why I harp on that so much because, like I said, how you just said it, you just became a fan, Ruth, and there ain't nothing to it. You can be young, you know what I mean? Or you could just be coming around the block and you can be like, this is my side of town.
We love it.
I'm rocking that.
You with us.
But, that's where I've been coming in banging so much on expectations is because I'm trying to figure out over the last 20 years where this major drop-off was. Just like you see the guy that coaching the space, you know what I'm saying? You heard T. Cub come in here, Dennis Haley, you know what I'm saying? All these people that have played for this university prior to this last 20 years, those expectations are not the same. They are not the same. All them athletes, your James Farriers, you know what I'm saying, your Ty Parham, all of them cats did not come here just to goddamn go to, you know what I'm saying, a bullshit, the sweet and sour, the Frito-Lay's salted potato bowl. No, that was not the expectation. The expectations have and always was, if you do that research back to when we was number 1 in the country, something that whorehouse up the street has not done. When you are number 1 in the country, it has always been them premier fruit bowls, that big shit that you get on Christmas, that big dish.
What you just called him?
Fruit bowl dish. That whorehouse up
God, dog. The word he used does not reflect my show.
Call a spade a spade.
Yikes. Hey, man, let me get F. White in here, man. You dropping bombs on them.
Hey, so at what point do we see these delays in identifying or hiring coaches as a negative impact on recruiting? We signed a small class. We had a bunch of guys that kind of dropped last minute, and Tech is claiming they flipped them, but I think it's just they didn't see a stable option, and they kind of went with the little sister that said yes. So I'm just wondering, at what point are we going to start having, major implications down the road if we don't get somebody figured out and signed?
I don't know if it's, like me personally, I don't know if it's major implications down the road. I understand the sense of urgency, but I don't like it's he's a new head coach, so I don't know how fast we thought he would be able to come in and just with Virginia Tech, they retained a lot of guys that was on staff, if I'm not mistaken, right? Well, how many they retained on staff? Because I know JC probably stayed on staff, but I don't know who else. But
I don't pay attention to what they be doing.
I mean, respectfully, not saying like I don't care about them, but I know that's who we're getting compared to, so I'm pretty sure he kept a couple and he announced a couple. And I feel like how the administrators are doing it here, I think they want to announce it all at once. I don't know what's being said behind closed doors. Like we may already have a lot of guys in place. They may already be talking to recruits. That just hasn't been formally announced. But as a caller said earlier, I'm pretty sure I would want to hear an announcement at least a week after the bowl. I would think they're holding on to this after the bowl game. That's just my
I
thought.
think December 30th, man. I think December 30th we're gonna get the announcement. I think go back to the call earlier, what we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that I think there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. Number one, and number two, I think Coach Elliott's going to hit the ground running that morning, and it might be a couple days before the announcement, but everyone's got to be patient. It's the 21st, it's the 20th of December. We're a week away from a bright light, man.
And I know the optics don't look well, like you said. It's a smaller recruiting class as a whole, and some guys flip, so nothing looks good. And so I understand why folks want him to hurry up and name a staff and get the ball rolling in that department.
So do you think there were any discussions with recruits saying, hey, hold off on signing early? You know, give us a chance to get things in place, and we'll figure it out and get you on board before the end of signing period? Or is it just kids that they wanted to sign early and lock down their spot?
I think the ones that they probably felt like they that were committed, they wanted to make sure they retained, and then I'm pretty sure they talking to some. I'm pretty sure Tony's probably had kids he was recruiting at Clemson that probably didn't commit, and he's probably trying to get them to flip to come follow him.
There's also 2,000 names in the portal right now.
And there's a lot of names. And I think a portal, that's a great segue. I think the portal has really gave a sense of calm to him taking his time. Because they probably want to bring some veteran guys in as well, too, for depth. Like we were talking about with the quarterback position. Like, say if Brendan get a good grade and he leaves, yeah, we love Woolfolk, but it's like you got to make sure you have a seasoned signal caller there to at least push him if he is the day one starter. You know, so you have that depth. And J-Rod is not fully gone like Ira is. Like, Ira's gone. But J-Rod is still there. He's in the portal, but he's still practicing and going to play. Like Olu, he's still there. There's a couple linemen that ain't there no more, but they're going to play. And I just can't reveal who it is, but they're not here no more, but they're still going to play. So.
Hey, Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick on this. I mean, I know you said, you know, if you had any ideas of people that you would like to see the staff bring in. And, I mean, I just want to get your thoughts on this, and maybe OG too, man. But, you know, you got a dude right down the road that left Duke in David Cutcliffe. And, man, I think as an OC, that would be a slam dunk.
Yeah.
From a play calling aspect, but then also, too, man, just think about this and hear me out a second. You got Arch Manning out there, and we know the Manning's relationship with David Cutcliffe, and then also Arch's sister is coming to UVA.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what do you think about Cutcliffe and just what he would be able to bring his staff as far as, you know, from a play calling aspect? I mean, I think the dude's pretty solid. He's got a lot of experience, definitely a lot of experience in the ACC, understands defensive packages, and especially on our side, too. I mean, I think that I don't know why they wouldn't look at that or maybe even entertain it. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think that would be a very good hire from the standpoint because I even said this earlier in this. His name slipped my mind because I would have brought it up, but I said, like, you get your former head coach who understands the landscape of being the CEO that can help your transition, doesn't have like an interior motive. I think Cutcliffe is a person that is a very good offensive mind that can be flexible in a way of understanding Coach Elliott's vision and what he want to do offensively. Cutcliffe is an architect to where he can draw up a scheme because he's demonstrated that he can rely heavily on the running game as he did this year with Durant, or he could rely on his quarterback and develop quarterbacks because, as you said, with the Mannings being tuteled by him, and then we saw how he got Danny Nichols drafted for the Giants. You know what I'm saying? So I think that'll definitely be a great name. He understands the ACC landscape. So, yeah, I'm on board for that. OG, what you think?
Look, I honestly think him as an advisor would be good. Don't know necessarily as the play caller per se, because I wasn't really impressed with the innovation of Duke's offense. So I mean, that's exactly what I would say just as an overall advisor, because he has that head coaching pedigree. He is the quarterback whisperer. So I mean, I think, you know, if you don't keep a guy like Jason Beck, then, you know, somebody like that could be your advisor, but, you know, not as an OC, though. Yeah, that's all I would think, too, you know what I'm saying? It would would all be predicated on the decision that you would have made with Jason. You know, of course, his resume speaks for itself when you talk about David Cutler. But just like Carl said, we don't see these offenses for how long? Yeah, Danny Jones got paid, but also we got a couple linebackers that got paid off this highlight too. You know, so in a senior assistant role or analyst role, advising that offense up top in the booth with a little hat on, yeah, I'm cool with that. But I think, for me, I would be wanting to move anywhere other than a senior role, overseeing stuff, because you know, you even as a head coach, it's just signifying to me that at this stage of your career anyway that you might be done. You might not want to be going on the road all the time, in and out of houses, recruiting, doing this and all that. So
you're right. Cut 67, man. He's 67. He's not gonna step into an role. So that's right. But I do like the idea.
I
from a consulting perspective, right?
About that intricate mind in the same room with Tony, you know, if you were to retain back, you know what I'm saying, the Pagans, that's a good thinking room right there that's gonna think about a way to get to maximize points on the scoreboard.
What about a young guy like Chris Beatty? I know he just got the NFL, so hard to pull him back.
Chris Beatty.
We go with the phone jar again. Oh, yeah. We advocating. Get my man back home. Get baby back home. Chip West. That's all. We can have a whole 3-hour space on that.
Yeah, we could.
Get baby back to the crib. Get Chip West back to the crib.
So, y'all know my kids play soccer. We're on extended time right now, so we got a couple more minutes. Got Sheila in the building. Want to make sure she let her voice be heard. What's up, Sheila?
Hey, how are you guys doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you great.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm in the car, so, you know, it's always striking, especially where I'm coming from. But anyway, just one thing on Cutcliffe, I will say this. If he were to be considered, I think that would be a great hire. And not only that, but let's not forget that his son is the head coach in Oxford, Mississippi, at one of the big high schools, who has tendrils that go all over the tip. I mean, literally all over the tip. And so, I mean, not only is there the Arch Manning, but you've got some big linemen, you've got some big defensive players that come out of the state of Mississippi, and most of the time they go to Alabama, they go to Auburn, they go to big SEC schools, but that might be a gold mine because David's son could put us in touch with some really, really interesting kids coming out of Mississippi, Tennessee, and that whole region, all the way down into NOLA.
I like that. That's a great point. That's a great point, Sheila. Appreciate that. I mean, because all those things factor in. All those things factor in. And like Cub saying, if you don't hire him to come in at least advisory role because he's still here, he's still helping assist with the transition. And we're not saying that Coach Tony Elliott needs it, but, you know, you never know. Let me see. You got a couple more minutes. Before we close it up, I do want to give this last segment of the show. Any thoughts on potential defensive coordinator?
Danny Rocco.
Danny Rocco.
Yeah. Bring the kid back. Somebody that's been here. Somebody that's familiar with it. Somebody that's a low-cost, efficient hire. It'll be low cost and it'll be very efficient to help you get plugged in to where you need to be.
Okay.
Somebody who done been out here on these streets. Somebody who done recruited several amounts of players in the chat. That's somebody that a name that brought up to me. I'm watching right now. Danny Rocco.
Danny Rocco.
Yeah, Danny will bode well for Clint too, because you know what I'm saying. I feel like Clint wasn't done the proper justification for his first year returning to the crib. His first year in the city had to come back to. They sold him on all that TNT shit, they quote tweeted him and all that. You coming home to TNT? And then they gave him that 3-man rush. Got my man's out here looking bad. No, he did what you told him to do. That's exactly what he did. So I feel like he was dealt a terrible hand of cards, and that was not a proper evaluation of my man's first year.
Okay. He was here 2 years, right? He came back COVID year, right?
No, I thought he came back last year. It might have been 2. I thought it might have been 2. But I thought last year was the first year at USC.
Nah, that was his second, I think.
So then, yeah, it's 2 years now. If I had to put a name in there for defensive coordinator, man, I would love to pluck Dre Bly out of Chapel Hill.
Ooh, you gonna get in trouble for saying that. They hate Dre Bly over here now. Yeah, this was Clint's second year this year. This is his second year. Ooh, they gonna get you.
Like, that would be like Virginia Tech going to, you know what I'm saying, Poindexter. I know. But, you know, that's what he played at, too. That's what his blood is.
Our fans love to get Dre Bly a hard time.
I feel I love Ronald Curry, even though he's
Say that. Oh, you're not gonna get no arguments for the love for Ronald Curry. You not for me? Say that. Say it again. We love Ronald Curry.
Yes, sir.
I said with my chest out.
Like that would put my man would be put in a hell of a situation.
Who?
It could be DC what's called it?
Trey. Oh, he talking about it as the DC. Ooh, yeah.
Even in the DB coach. That would be hard.
Yo, they was petty on Dre. They said you had them 5 stars and couldn't make them.
Yeah, you ain't forget neither. Yo, he had them out there looking like golden giraffe. That was all you can eat out there. We take it.
Let me go sidebar, though. I want to salute my man, Jelani Woods. He accepted the invitation to play in the 2022 East-West Shrine Bowl, February 3rd in Las Vegas. He would join his teammate, Nick Grant, who also accepted his invitation earlier this month. So salute to them 2 Kings playing in the East-West Shrine Bowl, February 3rd.
Jelani, Dallas.
And he going to the league. He declared for the draft. Hey.
We need a tight end in Dallas.
Dallas always want all the damn toys. They want all the toys in Dallas.
Yeah,
God damn.
Y'all need so much working, fellas.
God damn.
Chop it up to like y'all the first 7 foot.
They want all the toys.
Jelani, I be looking for you in Dallas.
Yeah, I hope you just employed by the NFL, period, Jelani. I don't care if you go, what team you go to. I ain't politicking like them. They being greedy. Get to the needy.
But I'm greedy. Yeah. I don't care where you go, but I'm greedy. I love to see you in Dallas.
Hey, man. 2 minutes left. Anybody else want to come on and just say what's up? Get their happy holiday wishes. Again, though, it's going to be another Twitter space, but OG, who he's hosting his, is going down Wednesday, 8 p.m. That's Wednesday, 8 p.m. If you don't know who that is, he's one of the speakers. It's OG Who. Give him a follow so you know when the space starts, and that's Wednesday at 8 p.m. Give OG Who a follow, man. I'm going to try to do mine on Mondays at 3:30 or 4, but his is on Wednesday nights. That way we won't overlap, we won't oversaturate the game, and my guy always got that real deal Holyfield. So make sure y'all give him a follow, man. I appreciate everybody that came in today. Salute to everybody that support the product, everybody that has an issue with the product. I just appreciate that you take out time to check out the product. It don't matter. You can't please everybody. You may not like my products, but as long as you're respectful, I'm good. If you're disrespectful, I'm still good, because Petty Hawk don't live here anymore a lot until OG asks for him to come out and play, and then he might play for a little while. It's dangerous being Petty Hawk in these streets, man.
I'm gonna get it out there. I'm gonna get Petty Hawk and Petty Ted going.
No, it's Petty Tony. Petty Tony.
Is it Petty Tony?
Yeah, Petty Tony.
We're gonna get all the Petties going, right?
Everybody got a petty side, man. Whether they believe it or not, everybody has a petty side. They do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just gotta know when to control it, know when to hold them. Know when to fold them.
They want us on that wall. They need us on that wall.
Hey, man, but salute to all the current players on the roster that's in the building. I don't announce when y'all are here because I just like that y'all come in and put your ear to the street. Salute to anybody that's a former player, anybody that's an alum, anybody that's a fan, anybody that's a friend. Appreciate any and everybody, man, for just jumping on the Twitter space. Try to use these as a therapeutic method of allowing folks to just let their frustrations out in a constructive way. Because regardless if it comes off of being disrespectful or tasteless, we try to tie it up to make sure people understand where you're coming from. So if you just jump in for 5 or 10 minutes and then you leave, then of course you're going to have a certain view. But if you listen to the 90 minutes in its entirety, then you realize it's coming from a good space and it ends in a good space. So salute to everybody, man. I'm out of here. I've been blabbing enough. Y'all go enjoy your families. Couple more days before Christmas. If you need some Christmas gifts, boy, that traffic and that, yeah. Because you can't do it online because it ain't going to get there in time. Especially.
And then they'll deliver you the whole thing.
Yeah.
Happy holidays, brother.
Happy holidays,
y'all.
y'all.
Happy holidays, man.
Appreciate y'all, man. That's it, man. Y'all know the motto, good as the enemy of great, be great in everything that you do. Never let nobody tell you you can't do what you set your mind out to do. It's the Ball Hawk Show, man. We out of here. Peace.